Alright guys, it's been a while. It's been a long journey to make it back to football. 2020 has not been kind to a lot of people. But I'm glad to see all you guys are back. Everyone is safe. Yeah, I mean, it's just been one of those years. Everybody's going through it, man. But you guys didn't come here for that doom and gloom stuff. So, let's get into it. Prime time fantasy football WWF Royal Rumble League. These are the draft grades. Love it, hate it, whatever, man. You know my normal disclaimer. What I say isn't gold. I don't remember what grades I gave you last year. Don't really care. It's all entertainment aspect. That's all it really is. Let's start off with the Commish Stone Cold Stunners. Commish went Drew Brees, Derrick Henry, Melvin Gordon, Mike Evans, Ridley, Parker, Kelsey, Robbie Anderson, Steelers defense. Picked up Debo. Okay. Got Debo. Howard. Harry is a project, possibly a candidate, a sleeper, I guess. J.D. McKissick is supposedly the starter in in Washington, but we'll see how long that lasts. But hey, you never know, right? Chris Herndon was definitely someone I was eyeing myself, so can't get mad at you for that. Antonio Brown is a stash, and Malcolm Brown as might be another potential sleeper. I mean, overall, I'm pretty sure you got Breeze as a I won't say a steal, but probably a good value. I can see Breeze being a person that people just didn't really want. Mike Evans as your one. Questionable. Kelsey. You took Kelsey. That surprised me, by the way. I didn't think he's going to take Kelsey. I don't think you're typically a person who gets tight ends early, but you did say you're going to do things a little bit differently this year, so maybe this was your shot to just be a little bit outside the box. Robbie in your flex, I do not like. I don't know why. I'm just not a fan. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how he fits in that offense. I don't know. Regardless, you got Debo. When Debo comes back, I'm pretty sure Robbie's gone anyway, so it doesn't even matter, right? And Herndon won't see the field because you have Kelsey. Your team has a good balance. It's a good starting lineup, and you have a lot of potential on the bench. Now, we don't know what can happen, but if some of them hit, your team can possibly explode, honestly. And also Melvin, it's a decent team. This draft grade, I'll give you a solid. I go B+. By the way, this year I'm not gonna look at where you draft players, and I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, you reach for this, or I mean, I can speculate, but I'm not gonna go back and actually look at where you got each player, because just looking at the draft and how people draft on draft day, people are reaching all over the place, including myself. I think it's completely different this year. Like, the rules don't apply. I mean, the rules don't apply in the world of COVID we live in, and it don't apply in this drafting. And no one knows what's gonna happen with these running backs and some of these wide receivers. People are gonna get hurt left and right. There's no practice. There's no fucking preseason. Camp was short. Who knows? And this year, I believe, more than ever, like my draft grades are probably going to be super off compared to the result, but just my opinion. So yeah, solid B plus, Stone Cold Stunners. Moving along to Scorpion Sting. Lamar Jackson, Cook, Mustard, Julio, Hilton, Brown, Cook again, Zach Moss, Chris Thompson, Madison, Hines, Lazard, Gesicki, Pittman, and Brian Edwards. Brian Edwards I wanted him, and I didn't get him because I did something stupid, if I remember. And I had a very up and down draft. I like it, but one or two things I could have did differently. But Lamar Jackson, can't argue with that. Cook, you can't argue with that. And you have his handcuffs just in case things go awry. Julio, come on, solid. Ty is old. You have something to back him up just in case? Because he tends to get injured all the time. I mean, yeah, I guess Brian Edwards, if he becomes what I think he can, then I guess he can probably slide into that slot. Or even Lazard. I'm not high on Jared Cook this year because he's very touchdown dependent, and most people don't really duplicate their touchdown production, especially when it's like that crazy the season before. It's very hard to sit here and like, oh, he's gonna do that again. Like, duplicate touches, maybe yards, but touchdowns are very random. So, I'm not a huge fan of that. I like the Eagles' defense this year. I really do. And they have a really good schedule to start off the year. So that's good. Chris Thompson, I kind of wanted him too. Even though I know he's not the starting quote-unquote running back, but he's going to be like that third down back. And Chris Thompson, every year I say the same thing. He'll give you like 2-3 games where he just goes nuts at the beginning of the year. And then he gets hurt and he goes away. But if you play those 2-3 games, you got a winner. Like, he goes nuts. Why not? You tell me I can draft a player, put him on my bench, and yeah, he only gives you 3 games, but it's like guaranteed berserk games, and you're probably going to win those. That's 3 wins. Can't argue with that. I'll take it every time. Hines I have in another league. That's a good pickup as well. Okay, you got Gesicki in case things go, like I said, Cook is just chasing touchdowns, so Gesicki's pretty safe, in my opinion. Yeah, I like your draft. I like it. I like it. T.Y. Hilton is the exception, but if he's healthy, you get good production, and you're onto something. But if he goes down, just be ready to pivot elsewhere. And Zach Moss, I see him like later on in the season making a lot of noise. I think Singletary will still get a lot of touches. But from what I'm hearing in camp, and that's all we have because once again, no preseason, Zach Moss has been killing it. So there's a good chance that he might get a little bit more work than I thought. Who knows? Yeah, overall draft grade, this is another solid B+. Trust me, promise you, I'm not going to give out B pluses to everyone, but this is a solid B+. I like this team. Alright, moving right along. This team is nameless. The names with you. Alright, Russell Wilson, Kamara, Bell, Odell, Shepard, Emmanuel, Gronk, Kareem, Ravens D, Cam, Sony, Watkins, McKinnon, Ebron, Mims, and Evans. Oh yeah, he's the guy backing up. What's his face? He is backing up Derrick Henry. Alright, let me see. Wilson's always solid. Can't argue with that. Kamara, he about to get his contract. Don't worry about that. That whole he got a shot in his back and all that epidural nonsense. He did that last year. That's overblown. He's fine. Bell, I'm afraid for. Like Bell, like this dude shouldn't have came to New York, man. He shouldn't have came to New York. Gase is horrible. I don't know what's going on. He got issues with Gase. That typical Gase shit. He always got issues with all the star players. It's like a fucking kid that got picked on. Now you trying to come back for all the quote unquote bullies and shit. I don't know what's wrong with this dude. It's weird. Odell, solid. Sterling, solid. Sanders in the 3 slot, that's solid. Gronk is not a good pick. Not a good pick. I know you're thinking like Gronk gonna relive his glory days. I just don't see it. I just don't like. Even if Gronk is back to complete Gronk, right? There's 2 other tight ends that are pretty good on that team. 2 really good wide receivers. And now I'm hearing there's like a 3rd one that's emerging that's pretty damn good in the slot. Not the slot, sorry, on the outside. It's too many mouths to feed, man. Too many mouths to feed. Like, when does it become too much? I don't know. I don't think Gronk is going to get as much snaps as you probably think. And I don't think he's going to be able to be... It's not going to be startable every week, to be honest with you. I mean, for your sake, I hope so.